Change in Alexander Isak's transfer to Liverpool. True feelings about the £85 million option emerge. Liverpool transfer news as Anthony Gordon's stance made clear, and Reds alerted to $69 million deal. Arsenal pressured to sign Liverpool's Darwin Nunez for a potential 25-goal season. Welcome, football fan. Check out the latest news from the world's greatest club. Newcastle remains calm despite growing rumors linking Anthony Gordon to Liverpool. According to Chronicle Live, the club shows no signs of concern and is determined to keep its key players this transfer window. Meanwhile, Liverpool prepares to take another important step in the market with a major signing about to be confirmed. Florian Wirtz, the young Bayer Leverkusen standout, is expected to undergo medical tests on Friday and is set to become the biggest signing of the European summer. This deal could even set a new Premier League transfer record. Wirtz will join former teammate Jeremy Frimpong, who is also expected to strengthen Arne Slot's squad. Florian Wirtz and Jeremy Frimpong spent their holidays together, reinforcing their chemistry before officially joining Liverpool. Another imminent signing is Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth, whose transfer was described as a done deal by his own father, signaling a plan for the left-back position's future. Despite these moves already underway, Liverpool remains alert to the market, with Anthony Gordon still on the radar. However, negotiating with Newcastle will be difficult since the club intends to reject offers below expectations, even amid financial challenges. Manager Eddie Howe wants to maintain his core squad, so Liverpool will need to present an attractive financial offer and have Gordon's representatives push the deal. This would require a record sale for the Magpies, which will not come without resistance. Still, there are doubts whether Anthony Gordon is the right name for Liverpool at this moment. Although he has quality and potential, he mainly plays on the left wing, where the team already has options like Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz. His high cost also raises questions, as he would hardly come for less than £70 to £80 million. Instead, many believe the Reds should focus on signing a new central striker, a number 9 to raise the team's attacking level. In this scenario, Alexander Isak emerges as the most logical name. Isak is in great form at Newcastle, scoring 23 goals in the last Premier League season, and his technical profile appeals to Liverpool. Despite a high cost of £150 million, he is seen as a safer and more decisive reinforcement than Anthony Gordon. The signings of Wirtz, Frimpong, and Kerkez show the Reds' ambitious planning, and if they want to make another impactful move, Isak seems the ideal choice to lead the attack in the new era under Arne Slot. Liverpool may be about to take another bold step in the transfer market by targeting Alexander Isak as their next big signing. After completing the historic acquisition of Florian Wirtz for £116 million, the club is now considering a heavy investment in the Newcastle United forward, who scored 23 goals last Premier League season. According to TalkSport journalist Alex Crook, the Reds see Isak as the ideal target to lead the attack under Arne Slot's management. At 25 years old, the Swedish striker is already considered one of the most complete forwards in the English league, combining speed, technique, and finishing accuracy. Newcastle, on the other hand, has no immediate interest in selling the player, especially after securing a spot in the next Champions League, which strengthens their market position. Still, Liverpool is attentive and may act if there is room for negotiation, despite the £150 million asking price, which would surpass the investment made in Wirtz. Isak's possible arrival would be Liverpool's second impactful move in a window that has already started strong. Signing Florian Wirtz, one of the world's biggest football prospects, was not motivated by any player leaving the position, but rather by the rare opportunity to secure generational talent. Internally, the club views this move as important as the signings of Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker, who were key to transforming Liverpool into a European powerhouse. Wirtz is seen as the face of a new era at Anfield, leading an ambitious project and serving as a showcase to attract other top names from European football. Besides these major moves, Liverpool also worked to fill important gaps in the squad. The arrival of right-back Jeremy Frimpong became necessary after Trent Alexander-Arnold's departure. On the other side, the club is in talks with Bournemouth to sign Milos Kerkez, already considering a possible replacement for Andy Robertson, either this window or in the near future. With these issues resolved, Liverpool is now strategically positioned to explore new market opportunities with more freedom and less urgency. Another name emerging as an alternative for the attack is Hugo Ekitike, a young French player who, although not having the immediate impact of Isak, represents a promising and lower-cost option. However, it is Alexander Isak who currently dominates attention, being widely considered the ideal striker to raise the team's offensive level. With the squad being reshaped carefully and ambitiously, Liverpool shows commitment to starting the Arne slot era with full force. The market moves reveal a club determined not only to maintain competitiveness, but also to become a leading force again in England and Europe. The possible arrival of Isak, combined with Wirtz's signing, could make Liverpool one of the biggest winners of this transfer window and mark the beginning of a new victorious cycle at Anfield. Arsenal has been advised to carefully consider the possibility of signing Darwin Nunez, the Uruguayan striker currently at Liverpool, following recent reports that Anfield Club may be open to negotiating the player in the coming months. Nunez, 25, failed to reach expected levels this past season, showing modest goal scoring despite being part of the Premier League title-winning squad. Nunez's situation has attracted attention from clubs worldwide. Besides interest from Middle Eastern teams, two traditional Italian clubs, Milan and Napoli, are closely monitoring the striker's situation. However, one of the names gaining more strength to make an offer is Arsenal. The London team, which finished second in the English Championship last season behind Liverpool, is looking for offensive reinforcements for the next season and sees Nunez as a possible alternative to strengthen their attack. Arsenal's manager, Mikel Arteta, is under pressure to find solutions to improve the team's attacking power, especially after failing to win the title and showing inconsistency in creating and finishing chances. In this context, signing Darwin Nunez appears as an option that, despite the player's recent ups and downs, could add experience and versatility to the squad. Dean Saunders, former Liverpool player and coach, said in an interview with TalkSport that Nunez could perform much better if given the opportunity to play at Arsenal. Saunders even suggested that the Uruguayan could score up to 25 goals next season, a figure far beyond his recent output. He emphasized that Nunez already has Premier League experience, having played several seasons, which sets him apart from other young forwards currently targeted by Arsenal, such as Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig and Victor Gyökeres from Sporting CP. Although promising, these players still need to adapt to the English league level, which involves more risk for the team. Dean Saunders highlighted Nunez's important technical and physical qualities, such as long-range finishing, dribbling skills, and aerial ability, but also pointed out that the striker sometimes misses clear chances, affecting his performance last season. Despite this, his effort and commitment on the field are notable. Signing Nunez would be a relatively safe bet compared to other Arsenal targets and could become a key player if he regains his best form. However, the deal will depend on agreements between the clubs, involved values, and market strategies, with Liverpool potentially using the sale to adjust its squad and Arsenal carefully evaluating the investment amid younger and more economical alternatives. Thank you very much for watching until here. See you next time.